Hey guys, Funkymusic here, and today going to be talking about Warmane and my future of Warmane for me, and some various bugs with Warmane, etc., etc. So let's get the obvious stuff out of the way. Where have I been? Summer break. I've mentioned this in one of my other videos. I've made posts about it on the community channel part of YouTube and in the Discord. So for those of you who don't know, I've been in a custody battle for my son for the last going on 7 years. I finally won full custody of my son, and so that's been what's been chewing up most of my summer, even before summer, starting last year. It took a year with the coronavirus, obviously, and things. It took a while to get through the court system, but that's what my focus has been for the last 6 going on 7 years. I finally got that back in July, and so it kind of timed out well with my permanent ban, apparently, for account trading. Even though I've never traded an account, they will not tell me what evidence they have. This is the same reason why I got banned and then unbanned, and now I'm rebanned. Even though I didn't trade any accounts, didn't do any of that stuff. The only things that I've said were stuff that people post every single day in global, willing to trade, willing to sell, blah, 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 their character. There's also people in my Discord, Warmane Unofficial Discord, other Discords out there. They have a willing to sell or willing to trade channel for characters, and this stuff is common practice all the time where people post stuff or they just put out feelers, which is what I was doing to see what would I possibly get for my Wrestler Druid if I were to get rid of it. And yeah, I'm permanently banned for that reason. Don't still I asked for the evidence so I could at least see it and give some rebuttal on that evidence, and I was told that we have all the evidence. We're not going to give it to you, and you don't need to see it. Okay, so I don't know why Warmane, if you wanted me gone, and you should have probably gotten rid of me years ago for the stuff Harry was saying about how he was going to ban me and all this other stuff. If I kept up saying what I said about Warmane on my Facebook and YouTube channel, and I have that screenshotted and saved just in case. We'll get to that in another video one day. So this isn't the first time I've been warned about it. I knew an eventual permanent ban was coming down the pike somewhere, and they were just looking for any excuse. So I guess they got their excuse. That's on them, not on me. I'm not going to beg for my account back, and I really don't care. I got the one thing that I was pursuing, the one thing that I was going after, the one thing that was more important to me than anything else. Which is why my playtime since my son turned about 2 and would stop taking naps and could start walking and talking, my playtime has been cut way down from what it used to be. I went from like maybe raiding once a week to maybe raiding once every other week to maybe raiding for about 3 months once every other week, and then taking like a 3 to 4 month break. Then yeah, it's been hectic the last 4 years or so. So that's why my heart hasn't been in it, and it's starting to wind down. I'm 36, for Christ's sakes. I can't play this game forever, and classic Wrath also being a thing, which who knows what's going to happen. I might do an actual stream on that here shortly in the next couple of days, maybe next week, talking about that, because there's a lot of stuff going on at Blizzard that just makes me think, well, maybe they've fucked up so bad that they might not even release a Wrath and Wrath Classic, and maybe private servers like Warmane will get a pass and get lucky, and they won't get it a challenge to their population numbers because of the fuckery that's going on at Blizzard right now. But that's a video for another day. So we did have a tester, basically from the Warmane staff, come into the Discord. He got railed pretty hard, which, it's expected, because there are people like myself, me, Fluffy, Teamy, Rico, a lot of us that really resent, some of the stuff that we've reported, and it's either been dismissed or they've, again, gotten a hold of players that'll post goofy reports, and they just accept those, and they'll, end up breaking something in the game rather than fixing it. So he was told to me, and I'll quote the man word for word. He said, he named off 4 people, including himself. He said that we are not devs, we are QA, basically paid players, theory crafters, and retail raiders. Okay, let me just say, first off, I don't buy into the fact that they're theory crafters. If they were, they wouldn't need us, or they wouldn't even come to the channel at all. If you're a theory crafter, then this information's been out there for a long time that I and others have posted. There may not be every single class spec guide posted, like for example Suxus and his never-ending Boomkin guide that he's never going to complete, or his mage guides that he's never going to complete. But on the other hand, with Warmane and their devs, who knows? So part of me believes that Warmane devs are just that inept, and their apparent theory crafters are as well. I've got no problem with the person that DM'd me personally and came into the Discord. More than welcome to come to Discord. I just told him, hey, basically, don't be surprised if people are pissed, because people like me and myself and others have, made comments, and you guys haven't done nothing. I'm done helping Warmane. Explain stuff to him right now. Like, there's so much stuff that's going on, and here, and I might contradict myself by saying this, but I've said it 1,001 times. Shadow Meld still broken on Warmane. Still, I've been playing on Warmane for what, a decade, and it's still broken. You've got stuff like 50% or 50% magical damage increase that's out of one raid, and I'm not going to say it because Warmane, that you guys can figure it out yourselves. You can get the buff in one raid, and you can go right into ICC with this 50% magical damage increase. Imagine that. You've got things like I've explained also before, how Dancing Rune Weapon is broken. It's doing well above. It's doing about 300% more damage than what it should be. These are things that are really kind of game breaking. Blood would be totally not even, it would never even be thought of to be brought to a raid if Dancing Rune Weapon was working correctly. The only reason it's brought now is kind of just for the lulz, because Unholy would probably fit better into your raid comp. Other than that, there's no point to bring that class, especially if that talent was ever fixed. It's just some of the stuff that's I don't know. With Warmane, it's hard to believe one of the staff members versus the other one. I've been told by Harry that I'm going to be banned if I keep making videos and YouTube videos and keep posting stuff on Facebook, basically bashing them when I'm just exposing the truth. The stuff that I don't talk about is stuff that Warmane's doing okay on. The stuff that I bring up are the flaws. Just because I just talk about a lot of the problems on Warmane, okay, doesn't mean that they haven't done some stuff right throughout the years. Doesn't mean that they haven't fixed a lot of stuff over the years. I'm not saying that at all. Just because I don't say it every single time, or I need to make a video, Warmane fixed all these bugs, guys. Look how great things are. No, I don't have to cover that. That's not what I do. But yeah, there's just a ton of bugs still going on Warmane, especially that 50% buff that you're getting. Oh, fuck it. We can show it, right? It ain't gonna matter at this point in time. Here, if you can figure out what this is from, Warmane, this is how great your scripting is. Yeah, that's right. You can take that buff into ICC. Oh, God. But anyways, yeah, what a joke. Christ. I'm basically done discussing Warmane stuff. In all honesty, I might still cover some things here and there, but for the most part, I'm pretty well done with Warmane. Getting custody of my son, I knew the end was coming and it's one of the reasons why I was looking to actually get rid of my druid at the time. But now that that's no longer an option, um, it is what it is. I at least wanted to go out and let everyone know what happened, first of all. Second of all, to talk about, what's been going on the last 3 months, because I've been basically MIA other than posting a few things here and there, maybe doing a few live streams of Deep Rock Galactic, but I haven't really made a video. So kind of wanted to just go over that, explain what's been going on, talk about the last few things I really wanted to cover on Warmane. But yeah, I wish the everybody who plays there the best. I honestly, and from my point of view, and I've made this point years ago, but I think it was a valid point at the time, but little did we know that they were going to come out with a lot more fixes for a lot of the bosses. Zero buff was going to get released, and how much that affected the community back in early 2017, end of what was it, 16, somewhere around there, when they released zero buff. The previous year, I had said this is going to be I just don't see a lot of the players, a lot of the core players, people who had basically been a part of the good guilds that had broken off to make other guilds, or in their spare time had made other guilds. All those people were quitting, and there wasn't a whole lot of fresh blood left. When Aurora split, for example, some of us went one place, some of us went the other place. A lot of them retired, and I kind of think Warmane's in that area right now. The thing is, though, we had something to come back to, or people had something to get excited about, with zero buff. There's a lot of us that did stick around, or some of us that did stick around, rather. And the thing that got us excited again to play was doing zero buff, trying different comps, trying different things with zero buff, etc., etc. And now that you had like 8 or 10 guilds for like a year there between 2017, 2018, maybe into early 2019, that were doing zero buff like weekly. Now, last I knew, this was what, 3 more months ago, none of the alliance guilds were doing zero buff, and only one horde guild was doing it, and that was the guild I was in, which was Afterlight. So I'm not sure who's doing it now. Probably the same. I know Afterlight even took a break from zero buff, so probably nobody. The game's 11 years old. We possibly have a classic release coming up pretty soon for Wrath. And I get this all the time too, which I'm gonna have a discussion about this. We'll talk about it in a live stream here. Maybe tomorrow, maybe next Tuesday, something like that. When my little man goes back to school, I'll actually have my mornings free, so we can do some live streaming again. But talking about how people always say, well, Funky, these people are going to leave Warmane. Only the people who can afford it will go to retail. The problem is the people who can afford it are the donators for Warmane. So if the people who can afford to go to retail do go to retail to play it there, and don't tell me it's not a cash grab. You can't pay to win, or whatever you people want to call it. You can't pay for your gear. People are selling characters in Classic, both Classics in TBC and in Classic Vanilla, so you can just buy them on there as well. But if the money goes, Warmane's gone. I'll promise you that right now. Well, do you think they're really going to keep the server open if they have just enough money to cover paying for this, to keep the servers open? Hell no. Hell no. And, they're going to be facing competition like they've never faced before. Warmane has gotten lucky, and most of the competition has died out throughout the years. When Classic Wrath launches, if it launches, now, with all the bullshit stemming from Blizzard's stupidity, it's going to be something they've never had to deal with before. And we could sit here and debate it, try to take a number at it. I say it's about 70% of the player base will leave. I think you'll still have enough to scrap probably one server together. But beyond that, you're probably going to end up shutting down 2 out of your 3, or, well, really 4 servers. So 3 out of 4 If you don't count BlackRock, then 2 out of 3 are servers. And merge them all into one. But that's my view on it. Other people have different views on it. I mean, honestly, there's no data to really give us a straightforward answer on that, so it's all just kind of guessing. But I really think the game's at a state where it's old. Warmane's probably not going to be fixing any of these bugs. These are bugs that have been reported and reported and reported. The bug I showed you guys on screen, that bug has existed for years and never been fixed. Shadow Meld bug has been reported for, hell, I reported that 10 years ago and it still hasn't been fixed. It's been a decade. It still hasn't been fixed. And again, I don't know if that's, Warmane's devs just fixing things really, really slow so they can keep their freaking pathetic jobs or what it is. But anyways, in wrapping all of this up, I just wanted to let you guys know what I've been doing, what's going on, why I'm quitting. I'm pretty much done playing the game. I've kind of just... This is the year where I'm really kind of just done. Yeah, I might log in for a minute here and there just to screw things, screw around with something, maybe test something out on Fluffy's server. I just did a video that I'll be posting on Chromicraft, which is where this video is being shot at. But I'm pretty well done. I'm just fed up with the game, fed up with the stupidity of players. I'm all for players who want and willing to learn. What I am no longer tolerable of, and I haven't been really, is the players who just sit there and come up with wild, crazy theories or use the wrong math. It's just I'm done. I'm really done with it. It's stupid to me that we are even having discussions in 2021 about math that was solved, fucking over a decade ago. It shouldn't be this hard to figure things out, to do them. You shouldn't have people like, Mercy running around claiming all this wild bullshit. And all the staff knows it. All the staff knows that that he's a fucking idiot. Okay? That's the funny part. Is most of the staff I've talked to or had contact with, they all know that Mercy's a fucking retard. But why they don't put a lid on it and contain it and be like, hey, no more spreading all this misinformation and lies and riling people up, I don't know. I'll never know, and I don't care at this point. It's just more funny shit to me. So, in closing, I'm pretty well done. Now, if Classic comes around, yeah, I'll probably still try it out, depending on what other games are being released at the time. But from here on out, we're going to be kind of changing things up here at the house. My wife really wants to get into streaming, so maybe she'll take the channel over. I don't know. I still got a couple of videos I want to get done, so I'm not completely done with World of Warcraft as it pertains to doing videos. But as far as playing goes, I'm done. There's nothing more that what haven't I done in this game? What haven't I been able to accomplish? I've done everything there is to do. A million and one times over, or once was enough to do, one thing or this or that or whatever. So, yeah, I'm moving on. WoW has been a great escape for me. It really has. It's been a place where I can go and get away from all the bullshit, and a place where I've always had friends, and a place where it's fun to be with people who are on the same knowledgeable level as you when it comes to the game. And but all those players are gone, and all that we're left with, for the most part, not everybody, but for the most part, it has been, this isn't like it was 3, 4, 5 years ago. It's way worse, exponentially worse. And I don't want to deal with it anymore. I really don't. So while the Discord will still be up and it'll still be open for discussion, especially about World of Warcraft, I will definitely be there if I want to discuss World of Warcraft from here on out, or anything to do with it. And like I said, I might log into Fluffy's server to test some stuff here and there. But as far as playing the game, yeah, no. Uh, I've I'm done. You know, the banning of my characters was just the cherry on top. I knew this was coming, and yeah. So, anywho, hopefully, you guys stick around. There'll still be more videos. Like I said, there'll still be stuff that I have yet to get done that I'm going to do. Um, but the live streams, no more World of Warcraft, no more Warmane, etc., etc., etc. I got other stuff to focus on and other things that I want to do, other games I want to play. Plus, I'm just like I said, I've grown tired of it, and it's progressively gotten worse as the years have gone on. The levels of stupidity in this game, so it's time. It's just time for me to go. So, anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. And comments, questions, concerns, leave them down below. I'll also leave a link to the Discord channel down below. And as always, guys, have a good one, and we'll talk to you later.